Hey guys, sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties. And
Yes.
hey, let's start with this. Did you know that the one most important thing in any competitive game
Yes.
isn't the score? It's really if you gave it your all or not when you're playing the game. And hello world, this is Savanh, my beautiful wife, Phyllis Savang.
Hi everyone, how are you doing
Yes,
today? Well, a little bit off today. We are, actually coming live from Cancun, and
yes.
we're actually at Escarid. If you can
Garrett.
see that,
If you've ever been here, it's amazing. It's such a beautiful place. Such a beautiful place. I'm so excited to go swim with the dolphins and swim underneath the caves, and they call it cenotes and all that stuff. So it's pretty amazing. So again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. And today we are super excited. And first off, I want to congratulate you for finding us.
yes,
What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to go on this amazing journey together, right? This
yes,
journey of transformation. And this is a title that's really cool. Today, so Thursday is Family Day.
yep,
So every Thursday we're gonna be launching Family Day, family topics, and we're going on our series on the 8 lessons you should avoid teaching your children. This is episode 2. So the title to this particular series is the 8 lessons you should avoid teaching your children. And episode 2 is the topic of it is telling your children that they are intelligent. Wait, we always do that, right? What do you mean? Why can't I praise my child? Well, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But before that, my wife has something to tell you.
yes. Want you to make sure that you're focused. If you really like it and you notice that there's a lot of value that you get out of it, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, so every time we're live, and obviously like the video, so that way YouTube know that this is a really good video. And then comment below and let us know where you are in raising your children. What are the challenges that you have, or do you really echo with us on what we are saying right now?
Yes, yes. So telling your child that they are intelligent, which is something that we have done, right? So we have a 6.5-year-old, very intelligent boy. Actually, his name's Alexander, and he's quite intelligent. He's doing fourth grade math, reading, writing. He knows
Yes.
intellectually a lot more than me when it comes to books. Quite honestly, he's very intelligent, and we have always praised him, right, for being smart. When he does something, oh, you're so smart. When he does something, oh, you're so intelligent. And actually, that sets them up for failure, because then they're rewarded for whatever they're doing. They're rewarded saying, oh, I'm intelligent. And then what ends up happening is when they, let's say, not succeed at something
Mm-hmm.
or fail even a little bit, then they're not praised anymore, right? So then they feel like, am I not intelligent? Right? So intelligence is something that you can cultivate over time. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
talk about how to do that in a little bit here and where we learned it from. But we have 2 tips for you today, and it's pretty amazing. So, but before we go into tips, maybe you want to let them know. I mean, what is your take on telling our children, not to tell them that they're intelligent, instead praising them for effort? Yeah.
We're rushing, so you can hear that he's very rushed uh, on the video. So yes, I really enjoying this topic because I was like that before. I got really good grades, and I always position myself to be successful and winning, right? But however, what end up happening is actually you actually put a cap on it. Every time you do a task, you associate yourself with whether you are gonna succeed or not. If you're not succeeding, chances are you might not wanted to do it, right? What is a good example? I would say maybe swimming, right? It's so easy for my 4 and the 6 to learn how to swim. However, for me, I always have the biggest fear of learning how to swim because I don't think it's really about the swimming. I think it's really about embarrassing. I don't want to put myself in the position of being embarrassed, so that people don't say that, oh man, Phyllis, you're smart. People might say that, man, Phyllis, you're not really not that smart. So then it will force myself not to do it. And I also noticed that once in a while Alex would do that. It's like, oh man, this is too hard. I'm not gonna try. And then what we do is we just have to encourage him that, hey, you have to continue trying, because if you don't try, you're gonna fail, right? If you're not gonna try, eventually, if you stop trying at 6 years old, your intelligence is gonna stay at 6 years old. You're not gonna become 7, 8, 9, 10, or in 11, because again, if you don't try, if you don't fail forward, if you don't keep going, you're just not gonna go forward.
Yeah.
Even though right at this moment you are smart compared to all the 6 years old, but if you stop learning, pretty soon everybody else will be smarter than you. Does it kind
Yeah.
of make sense? That's the difference between the fixed mindset and growth mindset.
Most definitely. We're gonna get into that a little bit, but yeah, if their reward, if your child's reward from you is, them feeling that they're intelligent because they, did a puzzle right, or did a math answer, you got a math answer right. Well, when they run into an obstacle, right?
Yes.
Let's assume they do a math problem, it's wrong. Now they're afraid to actually tell you or show you why, because now they feel like they're not intelligent.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So instead of doing that, so the first tip is, instead of telling your child that they're smart, let's start praising them for their effort. All right. When we talked about this powerful word that we believe in, which is yes, right? So everything can be cultivated. Everything can be improved. You can improve your skills, your intelligence. You can improve pretty much anything with hard work and effort. So I would rather have my child say, I didn't get this math lesson. Perfect. Go at it again. And I'm going to show you a good example of this. Last week, we went to Crayola. Okay. And there's this game there where it's got paint coming down, and you have to move these parts into the screen and to capture the paint, and how much paint you capture goes into this bucket, and then the faster you fill up the bucket, the higher the score that you get. Okay, a good example. It takes some level of skill. All right, so me and my 6.5-year-old were competing. Okay, competing.
Obviously, Daddy win at the beginning.
Yeah, we were. I got 60, and he wanted to top me and get 61. And this goes along with the hook. The saying that I first said in the beginning. In any competitive game, is it really about the score, or when you leave the court, you say, "Man, I gave it my all." Right? And this is the effort part that we're talking about. So my son, so he tops me at 61. I go back and I get 63, and he goes back, he gets 65. I go back and I top him at 67, and then he goes back and gets 68, 69, and then he's topped me, right? So I'm going at it, and I can't beat him. Actually, he's got 68, and I can't beat him. I'm coming up short, 66, 67. I'm coming up short, and then bam, like 15 minutes into it, I get 70. Here's the thing. So we have never seen Alexander pissed before. I mean, he doesn't get mad. He's a very happy kid, but he's so competitive. He's pissed. Okay, so he's going at it, and he couldn't get it. He's coming up short, 69, 68, 69, and he's pissed. He's kicking the wall. I'm like, Alexander, what are you doing? He's like, this is so hard. And I was like, look, remember effort? He goes, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just effort, man. No, I don't want to talk to you. He just kept going and going. Then he wanted to go to the bathroom. His mom wanted to take him to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. He's so frustrated because he wants to beat me, right? He wants to go.
He's very obsessed. Yeah.
He's very obsessed with it. He doesn't even pee. He comes right back to the game, and then until he gets it, and he gets it, and he gets it. And then the coolest part is he didn't give up. Why? Because we taught him this mindset to give it your all every single time. And guess what? He tied me. Right? He finally gets 70, and then we praised him for his effort. We didn't praise him because he was intelligent, because we praised him for his perseverance. We praised him for, and then we obviously taught him, you're obviously competitive. There's a level of competition, but you can't get that mad. And he's like, I get it, I understand. So we taught him that as well. So we took that opportunity to do so. But man, this is such a great example of the effort that he just kept going, and he understands that I'm going to increase my score. I'm going to better my skills, and ultimately better my intelligence, just through effort, through hard work. And that's essentially that's a really great example of that. If you praise him for intelligence, saying that he's smart, well, if he failed, he couldn't beat me. He would, if he had a fixed mindset, he would actually give up.
Yeah, he would just walk away.
He would just walk away. He would go find
I'm
something
not gonna do it
easier instead of going through all of that. But he knew that daddy and mommy are teaching him that through my efforts, I'm going to get better and better. My score keeps getting better and better. And his mom was there for like an hour and a half with him. And he's obviously angry little man. His little Ming dynasty came out of him, right? The little Chinese boy. But ultimately, it was amazing to see. And he did it. And when he did it, I gave him a high five. I said, great job, great effort. And this is a really good example of this particular first topic.
Yes, at the same time, I also take the opportunity to talk to him about state. I know that in the previous episode, we could actually talk about, psychology is everything,
Yes.
not just not the strategy. We also take a chance to talk to him about, the psychology, because if you're mad, you're unresourceful,
Yes.
you're mad. So instead of focusing on, how can you beat the game, you're actually on, you're coming up as like a negative
Yeah, low
person.
state.
Yeah,
Actually, that was a really cool thing you're bringing up because he didn't want me around, so
yeah,
I was outside the room, but then I also kind of peeked in to see while his mom was coaching him through his state. It was
yep,
pretty amazing to see because obviously she knew that when he's in a low energy state, he's got high emotion. He wasn't doing the game right, right? He wasn't just doing it right, and for her to talk him through, hey, you better state, better state, better state. And he would actually step back. Actually, she got him to the point where he stood and looked at the screen first before he did it, right? To get himself in state to do it. That was amazing for a 6.5-year-old. So this tells you that gives you examples of proof that you can you can teach a child, you right, from at any age, and they will get it. They will
yes,
get it, right? And obviously, through examples as well. So yeah, so it's amazing. So tip number 2 is teach your children the differences between a fixed and a growth mindset. Teach them that to get them to understand what a fixed mindset is, and give them examples like a puzzle, for example, versus growth mindset. If there was a fixed mindset, they do an easy puzzle. Did you get that? Perfect. Now I'm going to give you a harder puzzle, and then you don't get it. You don't get it, right? You just don't get it. It's harder. Well, a fixed mindset individual, fixed mindset person would actually give up.
yes.
A growth mindset says I need to continue through effort. I need to get this. I need to learn it. Maybe I need to learn from somebody else. I need to watch somebody else do this puzzle. I need to see what my neighbor is doing. I need to see, get some skills. Maybe recruit some help or recruit some, somebody who's done it before to help me. And then ultimately, when I complete this puzzle, I'm going to learn. That's a growth mindset.
Yep.
That's a growth mindset to continue growing, to continue working hard, to continue through effort. So that is our second tip for you.
Yes, I think, just like what C said, right? You don't know, but you just don't know it yet, right?
Yes.
And then just, keep trying it. Just position your son. I kind of go on down to a memory lane. A lot of time, I don't know about your culture, but in the Chinese culture, sometimes we wanted to joke, but the joke is really not that necessarily that funny. So sometimes you're like, oh man, you stupid, you don't know how to do it. Oh, you dumb, you know how to do it. Even though you don't really mean it, you're kind of coming from a fun, but the kids actually took it in and it's like, oh man, you tell me that I'm stupid. So next time I'm only gonna try things that is really, really smart, right? The things that can position myself to be smart, because nobody wants to be bashed on, right? Nobody want to
Yes.
be told that you're not good enough, you're not loved, right? So anyway, we really hope that you really enjoyed this episode. Again,
Yes.
we are really just being very resourceful, really trying to figure out how to make
Yes.
it work, and we made it work. So we're really, enjoying this experience, and I hope that you guys do enjoy, this life, even though it's coming from, whatever that
Yeah,
we put
15 minutes
together.
late. I am very proud because this shows proof, guys. Look, we care about you. We love you. We just want to share. We're gonna be resourceful. We ran into a bunch of snags this morning. Bus was late to picking us up at the resort. Getting here was longer than we expected, and all the technical difficulties. But just like us, we could have gave up too, right? If we had a fixed mindset, we could have just said, you know what, we'll do this tomorrow. But we said no. Our viewers, our audience, the people we love and care about, they want to see us. They want to hear from us.
Mhm.
They love these tips, and we got to be on for them. So we did
Yes, and I
whatever
wanted
it
to
takes.
also, we also want to thank you, Monique, on
Yeah,
on the
my
Zoom
team
call right now, because
flexibility.
we couldn't really do it on our phone. So we
Yes,
actually got her get involved, and she just went in there and
yes,
make it happen. So
yes.
anyway, so again, if you find any values from it, love, love,
Love,
like,
comment.
like, comment, subscribe to it. So that way, we can get more and more from it. And again, if you notice that, maybe, your cousin's kids or any kids that, have the fixed mindset or growth mindset, please share this video with them so that way they can kind of understand, what's the difference between growth and fixed mindset. And the
Yes.
better thing is, we are going to tell them and not you.
Yeah. So to recap everything, the title, this series, 8 lessons you should avoid teaching your children, and the topic today is: do not tell your child that they are intelligent. Okay, praising is great, but that's one thing. If you're rewarding them with intelligence versus effort, right? Versus effort, you're setting them up for a fixed mindset. And then And then the two tips we had for you was, first tip is praise them for their efforts, right, in everything that they do, and instill the word get. And then second is really teach them what a fixed and growth mindset, the differences. So again, we love you very much, Sys and Phyllis Savanh. If you want to follow us, we're going to be on Facebook Live next year, and it shouldn't be any technical stands, so we should be there in a few minutes. So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Enjoy the
Bye.
rest of your day. Bye.